Meant to Be Well Summit is created by three incredible women, Ambreen, Valerie and Andrea. The main objective is to bring together experts from around the world to raise awareness about the importance of holistic well-being. This summit aims to explore the multidimensional aspects of well-being, including physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. This isn't just any event. It's a unique, global summit marathon designed to cover all time zones across the globe. We created this event because we genuinely care about you. We believe that everyone deserves to thrive and live a life of well-being. This summit isn't just about learning, it's about transforming your life. Our speakers are dedicated to inspire, uplift, and help you tap into your full potential. Join us, and let these world-class thought leaders guide you toward a higher level of mental, physical, and spiritual well-being.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm standing up, so I'm telling all the people in the who are watching us, you can also stand up, you can also move around. You know, it's a well-being summit. Don't sit around all the time. It's long. We are going for a marathon. It's 48 hours, so please go and move around and stand up sometimes. And in the studio, I have my next guest, who I'm so loving to have here. Also, many, many years part of the Global Empowerment Hub, and now the changing evolution of into the meant to be well summit and also community. So thank you so much for being here, Shireen and Carrie. And Shireen is from Pakistan and Carrie is in Australia. So we are connecting two countries again. And I'm really happy to have the two ladies here. We have a short time, so I will not take a long time. I will give them the stage. Enjoy being here, ladies. The main thing is to have fun, and to for the audience, please ask away, have your comments, engage with the ladies, because I know they are lovely and they will give you a valuable session here. Thank you so much, ladies. I will be backstage. Enjoy your conversation.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Hello, everyone who has joined us or will watch us later. So, Carrie, how has it been? Do tell us, why do we do all this? Who is this for?
Why do we do? I'm going to say hello to Peter first. Hi, Peter Ong. Great to have you with us. I do this because at the moment, I'm a carry-mar of 8 little Australians. And one of the reasons I do what I do is because I believe that I will never see what the result of what I do is. It's not about me. It's about the future generations of humanity. But in that, my special place that I like to play in is leadership. So I think we're going to have a great conversation, Shireen. Tell me why you do what you do.
Well, being moms, obviously, it's like you are the big mama of 8 little ones. I am my 5 kids who are now grown up. They are between ages 30 and 16. So a good lot, and my vision was to be a role model mom or a person which my kids feel proud of, and leave a legacy for them, and at least they have some aspects of their life where they look up to me, because we are humans, right? So we cannot be everything. But there are holistic aspects of ourselves. We we have 2 hands, so we are balancing life and work and a whole lot. So for those who want to do this, who don't know that they are leaders, actually, I help them believe in themselves.
Well, you are spot on. And hi, Al Chan, how are you? Thank you for your comment about the book. You know what? I have 4. You've got 5 children. I've got 4 living assets, I call them, the living assets. Exactly. I also call them the licorice all sorts. And I look at humanity, and I've recently just come home from Bangkok, Thailand, and Colombo, Sri Lanka, with my very good friend Vanitha Chaudhary from India. So I have a big connection, mainly virtual, because of what happened during the pandemic. Now, one of the reasons I think we more intently doing what we're doing now is because the pandemic, in a way, was a gift. The way I look at life is
absolutely,
it was a gift for us. The gift it's now given us is the gift of mental health. and the way we are looking after ourselves. So more and more, we're seeking out ways to grow ourselves, to be aware of ourselves, to be as healthy as we can for the future, whatever comes up, because we're in the midst of massive change. So I like to think that, the work we do, Shireen, both you and I, we have different ways of doing things. However, when we bring it down, when we funnel it down, we're actually doing very similar work. We've got our butterfly wings out. We're all flapping them. We're working together. I like to think of us as the grand constellation of twinkling stars and new life through the process of butterflies, and the whole science, because we are quite magnificent in what we do. And I think we forget that. We forget it.
Absolutely spot on. This is so amazing because butterflies are my spiritual uh, symbol also. So yeah, we are like in total alignment. Two people from two different continents and still on the same track. So the 3 points, what would be yours? I'll come up with mine. And
Yes.
well, the three things that help anyone who, even if they don't believe that they are a leader, because
Yes.
when you have kids, each child is a generation, separate gens. So 5 generation lines of generations are ahead of me, and I have come from a lineage. So learning from them, there were things that I needed to heal. And what comes up is that proactiveness saves effort and time. We can't be everything, but we have aspects, just like we have internal organs, external body. Similarly, we have our thoughts, we have our feelings, and we have our spirituality.
Mm.
So these need to work holistically, as a whole. Just like we have food, we have spices and we have ingredients, and there's a certain temperature that we need to cook it on. In the same way, everything needs to blend in. So by proactiveness, we work it together with a winning team, community who keeps us accountable. We build it around ourselves. And the third one is purposeful mindfulness. Whatever we do, we are purposeful about it, about the consequences as well. So it doesn't
Mm.
come from a place of fear. It comes from a fear of inner empowerment, because
Mm.
we lose the dependency or codependency on other people giving us appreciation, or other people uh, completing us, our better half. I'll
Beautiful.
elevate it from that.
Well, it's beautiful hearing this, because I'm really curious. So one of the things that stands out for me is up just amplify my curiosity. When I amplify my curiosity, I learn so much more, and I'm open to different thinking. So you'll hear me talk about culture, business, and education. It's a magic trilogy. And in that, I put together the work that I do, and probably similar to you, I bring together the magic trilogy of self-awareness so that's a coaching style, self-coaching, as well as the bringing together of group, whatever it is that we do, coaching, the emotional intelligence work. How do we understand ourselves? And self-awareness comes up in that so well as well. And how we put together that curiosity and self-leadership and self-direction to find the place to manage ourselves in change, whether we are 25, whether we are 16, whether we're 75. I'm not there yet, but I'm in a place where I can look back to look forward, right?
Absolutely.
And I think,
Love it.
these are global matters, and that's the reason I believe that mental health is really in our face. We're really thinking about it, looking at years ago, not talking about anything that was different to the usual, or just suffering through things. Now we're open to a whole lot of statistics, a whole lot of research and literature that's coming out, particularly after the pandemic, where we're looking at different modalities. Shireen, I like to think about my thinking skills, the cognitive thinking skills that I have,
Yeah.
the things that I do physically for myself, for my physical body. my emotional well-being, how I do that, how I set up my environment to work best, and also the spiritual aspect. So, listeners, you're going to hear me say that it doesn't have to be so detailed and so complicated that everything falls off.
Yeah.
And so I think we've got a great place now to talk about some of the key model that we have for ourselves and some of the strategies we put in place. Should we go there now?
Sure, definitely.
Well, one
Exactly.
of the right. I might follow that on the five things. I just want everyone to put a hand up in front of their face. You know, it's an aerobic exercise. Everybody, come on, we can do this, and just focus on the handprint that you have there. You know, Shireen and mine and Andrea's handprint are all different. How incredible, how unique, how magnificent is that? And so that gives us the best prompt. Now, as far as I know, you know, I'm extremely fortunate to have two hands. Not everybody does, but I think we could do this with our feet as well, with our other limbs. But here is an immediate trigger to be grateful for being alive, number one, to show gratitude to ourselves. And we can cover that. And I would say to you that those 5 areas that I just mentioned, our spirituality, our cognitive thinking, our physicality, our environment, our emotional health, they are the things that we surround ourselves with, and that's how we live. Now, how we live is our own business, but how we then live for and with other people, that's the global business. That's the global business.
Yes.
That's it. That's our self-responsibility and our self-direction and our self-motivation. And I do it for the little ones. And so, you know, that gives me pleasure. I got goosebumps just as I'm talking. So, and that was because of your reaction. So thank you very much.
You're
Over to you.
welcome, because that's exactly what it is. Because all people need is practical tips. We have somehow come to believe that maybe it's very complex or complicated. It's not. Just like you said, it's gratitude. And not just I'm grateful for XYZ, it's I'm grateful for XYZ because when we say it, because it becomes purposefully mindful. And we are like outcome oriented of why, like for eyes, I'm grateful for my eyes because I can see the sparkle in my kids eyes. I can see the beauty of nature and beauty in everything that is around me, and even if it is ugly, if I'm noticing it, it means I have the capability to do something about it and be with people together. So it's again the community, the purposeful mindfulness, and being proactive about it. So these practical tips immediately help us. So my way of doing it is that I give people done with you time, like we do it in live sessions, and we get tasks done, whether it is 15 minutes, whether it is an hour, a weekend, month, whatever.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
get things done. So I've been doing it for since December 2021. Every 3 months I do this 5-day challenge and we get it done. So 100 commenters will get my free e-flip book on staying on track even if things don't work. Over to you, Carrie. What would you
Okay.
like to offer people?
Well, one of the things, you can find me on most social media, of course, just Carrie Benedette. Think of carrying a bag. You know, we all like to put stuff in a bag, take it with us. Sometimes we actually have to let go of a few things. So we want to put the essential things in the bag. But this hand has been a wonderful tool because we can look at it for our relationships with others. We can looking at tracing out our hand, whether we use it for breathing techniques, inhaling up, going down for our mindfulness practice. I actually watched myself lower my heartbeat before I had a major heart process done. We have some heart issues in my family, so I just went, I better go and get checked up. And I watched my heart rate come down. So all you do is take a finger. Once again, we are blessed with our fingers. You inhale as you trace up your thumb, exhale down. You do it 5 times on each finger. There's no race. Start to close your eyes. Inhale up and then go down 5 times on each finger, and just tune in to how your shoulders are sitting. What's happening to the thoughts that are coming into your mind? Are they starting to just drift away? You do it 5 times on each finger. I do it with my grandchildren when they're in trouble. We sit down and we do, are we going to do the hand? Yes. I do it with leaders of schools. I work a lot in education. I do it when I'm mentoring anyone who is tired, worn out, fatigued, just can't get it together. That's another thing for our hand. So that's two things we've talked about today that are on the hand. The third thing I'd like you to do is realize that when we achieve something, what do we see ourselves do? What do? We actually get that hand and we go, here, high five. We don't even have to say it. So high five each other for something that is a small step, something that is a small change that you have put in place and have committed to. So there's 3 things to do with this hand. But really, the notion of what we have been given, sometimes we forget to be grateful for it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what our race, our colour, our age, whatever it is, our cultural backgrounds have such a huge influence on us. Your family of origin has such a huge influence on us. And often it takes some life experience and all the things that are thrown up. Because let's face it, there's a whole lot of crap that happens. Pardon my French, that's about as bad as I'm going to get. There's a whole lot of rubbish that happens to us, and we just go, why did that happen? If we look at it and go, okay, this has happened, I'm not going to let it consume me, because there are ways that I can work through this and people I can surround myself with. So I'm very happy. If you would like to jump onto my website, contact me either through LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, I'm on it. I'm very happy to have a 45-minute chat with you over anything that you'd like to talk about. So that's my offer for today.
Yeah, wonderful. And from your 5, what I could gather is it's a cultural thing over here also, not exactly, but there was a leader who taught that when these fingers are separate, it's easy to break. But if you make them into a fist, it becomes your power. So this 5 that Carrie has given is our power. We can use it from within us, not to fight with people, but to stand up and to give ourselves strength. Just do this to yourself and see how good it feels. So sometimes we need to fake it, but eventually we make it. So it's not about why, it's about how we are going to take it and where
I love
we are
that.
going to go.
I love that, because we get on a plane and the first thing they say to us is, in the event of an emergency, you put the oxygen mask on yourself.
Exactly. I tell that every time. Yesterday, I told it to 3 women who were like just on the brink of melting down. And yes, that's how it is. And burnout is preventable. It sounds as if it's unreal, or is it's a lie, but it's doable. And these 3 things with the hand that Carrie shared, the breathing in itself is the major thing, because when you're in trouble, we don't breathe, or we do shallow breathing. And by breathing properly, we give oxygen to the brain, and the entire system becomes relieved. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Shireen, we're living in an age where we can connect within a second. We have access to so many resources. Those 15-minute mindful meditations are very handy. The podcasts that we have, I have a podcast called Thriving Matters. You have a podcast, and you're a guest on many. Podcasts are now some of the biggest resources that the largest number of resources people are actually tapping into. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit of silence. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of dance. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to 5 people every day, not expecting anything back, but giving the love across the oceans. And I still get surprised with people's goodwill and the messages that come that just go, thinking of you, hope you're having a great day. That's all it takes. So
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And my favorite go-to symbol is the yin yang. So anytime I'm in trouble, okay, what's the opposite? What's the opposite? And like immediately it gets resolved. Yay! Thank you,
oh my gosh.
Andrea. Thank you so much.
And here's our hostess with the mostess, Andrea. I
So
have
with the
known now.
dancing, you got me. So I was already dancing in the background, and I was like, okay, let's start and make the audience also dance a little bit. It's 9, almost 10 here in Singapore, so we can already start the day with a lot of things. Remember the fingers and the arms, and going around 5 times. Remember the power and. Just doing like this, and then the last part is dancing the
And the love.
energies. I love you, ladies. Thank you for this amazing
Thank you so
session. I
much.
will be bringing Brian on next time, and I wish you all the best. If you want to reach out to the ladies, you can look back. I shared their LinkedIn links, and for Shireen, the WhatsApp link. Please reach out to them. They are also both of them on LinkedIn, on social media, everywhere. And I thank you so much. I appreciate that you were here with us on this Saturday morning.
Yes.
Your
Thank
thriving
you so
matters.
much.
Don't forget it. Our thriving matters.
We thrive together. Thank you so much, Shireen and Carrie. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome.